In a quiet village nestled between the mountains and the sea, there lived a boy named Aaron. He was not known for his strength, nor for his intelligence. But everyone in the village knew one thing about him. Aaron loved to chase shadows. When the sun rose in the east, he would run through the fields, laughing, watching his shadow stretch before him. When the sun began to set, he would turn around and try to catch it as it followed him home. To the villagers, it was just a child's game, harmless, silly, soon to be forgotten. But as Aaron grew older, his shadow chasing never stopped. And what began as a game slowly became an obsession. He started running farther and farther away each day. Up the hills, across the rivers, through the forests, always chasing, always reaching, but never catching. When his parents asked him why he spent his days chasing nothing, Aaron would smile and say, "One day I'll catch it, and when I do, I'll find something no one else has ever seen." The villagers laughed. They said the boy was foolish, chasing illusions, wasting his life. But Aaron didn't listen. He believed there was meaning in his pursuit, though he could not explain why. Years passed. The playful boy became a young man. And the shadow he once found amusing became the symbol of something deeper. Something he could not name. He no longer ran for joy. He ran out of fear, fear of being ordinary, fear of being unseen. He wanted to become someone great, someone the world would remember. And he thought his shadow, the dark reflection that always escaped him, held that greatness. One morning he woke before dawn and set out on a journey beyond the village. He promised himself he would not return until he had caught his shadow. He climbed mountains where no path existed. He crossed deserts where his own footprints vanished in the sand. And wherever the sun rose, he ran. His shadow always moving, always teasing, always just out of reach. Days turned into months. His shoes tore, his clothes faded, and his once bright eyes grew weary. He began to wonder if he had been chasing an illusion all along. But pride whispered, "Don't stop now, you've come too far to turn back." So he kept running, though his legs trembled and his lungs burned. One evening, as the sun began to set behind the farthest hill he had ever seen, Aaron reached a wide plain. There was nothing, no trees, no houses, no sound. Only light and his shadow, stretching endlessly across the golden grass. This time he didn't run. He stood still, watching it move, long and thin, swaying with the fading light. For the first time he saw it not as something to chase, but as something to understand. He realized his shadow was never running from him. It was running with him. It had always been there, in front when he pursued, behind when he rested, beside when he walked. A silent companion, not a prize to be won. As the last light disappeared, his shadow melted into the darkness. And for the first time, he was surrounded by night. No shadow, no chasing, just stillness. In that silence, Aaron finally understood. He had spent his whole life chasing something that was never meant to be caught. He had mistaken reflection for purpose. He had confused movement with meaning. He smiled faintly, tears mixing with dust on his face. And in the quiet night he whispered, "All along I was running from myself." When dawn returned, the villagers found him sitting on a rock at the edge of the plain. He was different, calm, quiet, peaceful. The restless fire in his eyes had softened into understanding. When they asked him what he had found, Aaron simply said, "I found that shadows do not run away from us, they follow us where we go. And if we stop chasing them, they will always be there, not before us but behind us, reminding us where we came from." The villagers did not understand his words, but they felt their weight. And in time, the boy who once chased shadows became the man who taught others how to stand still. Years later, when Aaron's story was told, the children would laugh and say, "How can anyone chase a shadow?" But the elders would smile and answer, "We all do at some point. We just call them by different names: fame, wealth, perfection, or approval." They would pause and add softly, "The wise ones are those who stop running and learn to walk in the light instead." Sometimes the things we chase the hardest are the things we already have: purpose, peace, and worth. Shadows run before us when we face the sun. But when we turn our backs, they disappear. So stop chasing your shadow. Turn toward the light. And you'll see it's been following you all along. This is Rise Through Stories, stories which lift your heart. Every story is a step